Tuis. Tuis, you're probably asking yourself, what are tuis? Tuis are a bird. Duh. You probably already knew that, but what kind of bird? You're probably also asking yourself so many questions, so ask no more. This piece of info will tell you everything about tuis you will need to know, except if you're an ornithologist, which is someone that studies birds. This would be useless to you. So let's get into it.
Tuis have black heads and just under their wings are shiny blue and green. They can also be brown. On their necks they have a white tuft. Kind of looks like a fluff ball.
The other thing that you will need to know is what are tuis' diets. Firstly, tuis like the same thing hummingbirds like, nectar or pollen. Tuis mostly like the pollen or nectar from the coffee flowers, or the flax plant and the rawawra tree. Have you ever seen a tui? And if you have not, these are the locations you might want to keep an eye out for them. Tuis like hanging around with their friends, normally in native forest parks, and if you're really lucky like me, you might even find a tui in your backyard or garden.
Once tuis has made their nest, they can lay 3 to 4 eggs at a time. Tuis are pretty good at protecting themselves and their eggs from predators such as stoats and possums.
Depending to location, there is also a lot to breeding. Firstly, the tuis gather big bulky sticks and whatever suits their taste. After building the nest, the female can be really picky, so they either break the nest or fall for the male. Female can raise 2 lots of chicks at a time. They also incubate the eggs from 14 days to 16 days. Protective of their living spaces, tuis have been known to defend themselves and their eggs from magpies, possums, feral cats, rats, stoats, ferrets, and destruction of habitat. And also just saying, make sure if you have pests on your farm, make sure you can keep them under control by setting traps, such as setting up bait tunnels or possum traps, because there is probably some poor little tui eggs up in a tree being devoured by some ugly possums or stoats. In conclusion, I hope you have learned a lot of new and interesting facts about tuis, and maybe you can even do some community service and keep the tuis population up by setting some possum traps or stoat traps.